we got a letter from our insurance saying that our roof was growing moss and it wasn't properly taken care of, which is only 17 years old. But we called one roofing company and they were going to charge us $750 for inspection. And I said, no, thank you. And then I called Carolina Roof Consultants, and they said, no problem. We'll come over and then we'll just talk. And it turns out that we're not growing moss, but we had quite a bit of hail damage, which we were not aware of from storms that had happened last year. And so we filed a claim. And here we are. We got a beautiful roof, and the team came in at 7 o'clock in the morning and they left at 7 p.m. at night. And when they left, we had a roof. The yard didn't show like anybody had been, here. No nails left. The crew was very courteous, very quiet. They were using special power tools, so there was not a lot of banging and hammering. It was just a very pleasant experience compared to having our roof replaced 30 years ago in another house, and it was a lot more to do. And so my neighbor called a couple days later and she said, is your roof done? I said, yeah. She says, but they were all here. I said, yeah, I know. It only took them a day to do this big roof, but they had a lot of people and they just were very conscious, and it was a great experience. One of the things that I really appreciated was our salesperson, Jeremy. He came, and so, of course, like I said, we didn't have moss on the roof, hello. But he said we had a lot of hail damage, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, well, he showed me a weather report for our address, which I was very impressed about that. He printed it out. It comes from a special website that gives the weather report per address, and showed that we had hailstorms in July and August 22. And I said, well, I do remember, but the hail was really small. And he said, well, when it comes from 30,000 feet above and it hits your roof, it radiates. And so a couple days later, the sun was shining just the right direction, and I look at my roof, and here is those beautiful, they look like Santa Claus reindeer's hoof prints, a foot wide. And I'm like, is this what you're talking about? He says, yes, it hits your roof and it radiates. So the one thing I would say, if you know there has been bad weather, just call them up. They'll look and see if you've got a storm that really, came while you were gone or whatever, and inspect your roof, and then they'll help you, with what proof you need for your claim.